Hi there. It's December 12th, 2015, and it's raining out right now. I mean, I can hear it in my room here. And I'm going to show you. And I'm doing this experiment with this video to see if this works. Let's see. Let's go back. Oh, 45 degrees right now. 90% rain in my area. 100% showers and fog. Okay, this is where I live, right around here. The whole map of the United States is really crazy. Let's look at the satellite here. It's a lot of cloudy cover. I like to look at the water vapor because I feel that that's a little bit better, if not exact, idea of how much water is actually in the air. What's neat about this is I can press on this and you can watch it move for 24 hours. I can't make this one bigger though. But we've had cloud cover for several days. And then, here I am again. Hi. Really, seriously though, it is pouring rain. And we had so much snow a couple weeks ago that we couldn't get out of the driveway until we shoveled, which was really fun because everybody played outside in the snow and they had a wonderful time. And then it warmed up and it melted, and I've got my house plants outside. It's that warm in December. It's supposed to get cold again later on in the week. And also around the world, there are some other floods and really weird weather. I like to go on this link, RSOE. It gives me some interesting ideas of what's happening in the world besides the United States. In the United States, the bummer is that Plastic Works fire, intriguing, is that the weather maps are basically just for, oh, I didn't mean to do that. The weather maps are basically just for the United States, not the rest of the world, and we're living on this planet with everybody. This thing that's been going on down here has been intriguing me over the last few days because the map, I think it was this one, the map was, it's going to go up over here, then it's going to go over there, then it's going to go back over that way. And I was going to make a comment about how much it reminded me of the JFK bullet. Let's go. These are just recent events. Fire, that's the one in Utah, Plastic Works. Another fire in London. A landslide in the USA, in Washington, and that's because they've been getting hit with rain. Heat wave in Zimbabwe. Biological hazard in Chile. Tornado in USA, in Washington yesterday. Oops. Volcano activity in Indonesia. More volcano in Costa Rica. Over on this side of the map, this lets you know how bad it was for human beings. Like, see how some of these are up a little higher, the level of what's going on. And you can click on this and get details. The description up here tells you that that vehicle accident was about 5 persons, including 3 family members of a family who went missing as a trawler capsized in the river Buriganga. At least 10 people were injured, as the trawler sank, with 40 to 50 people after it hit by a launch. That must be an interesting story. Here's a little bit more on that. This is what they're talking about. The trawler. This I don't quite understand. Was 40 to 50 people hit after it was 40 to 50 people after it was hit by a launch, whatever that means. I'm picturing that I don't know what happened there, but anyway, so that's part of the news and weather, sort of related to what's going on around the world. I also like this site, College of DuPage, even though it does just show a small portion of what's happening in the world. This used to show up more the weather modification things that were pretty obvious that have improved because you can't notice them so much. But you can notice still some things, like how odd these clouds look that will come across in just a line like that. And this spin here is usual. I'm not going to say it's natural, but I am going to say that it's usual. This is an interesting spin happening right here. This has been like so warm coming up through here, and then it's going to get cold. And see like how that forms into like square shapes. There's something missing or that we're not seeing on here. And the picture actually is really bad. You can see what appear to be chemtrails in some of this, but it's not very clear compared to a picture of Mars. Well, actually, let's not compare it to that because they took away a lot of that too. Let's compare it to a picture of a star system that's in another galaxy that they're capable of taking a picture of, and they can't show us a very clear satellite image on our own planet. And the satellites are just right outside of this this area. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to take a picture of that or a video of that. And there's several satellites, so they could take it from a lot of different angles and show something really clear and three-dimensional, and it'd be really neat. But, of course, it could also be, which it is used for, a privacy invasion, because we all know dang well that we can just look down at our own houses, even if we're not looking at them at the time when they, like in the present time. Somebody can look at that, right? I mean, you know that, right? The funny thing to me about technology, look at these thready things here. And then with College of DuPage here, you can change the way the picture looks, which makes it a little more interesting. You can also go over here and click on and look at radar in a specific area. You can look at a certain amount of radar, which is one of the things I like. They changed it, and so then it takes a while to load, longer than it used to. So you can look at the radar like that. This just happens to be right around where I live, so I'm egotistical. Storm relative mean velocity gives you a different picture of the storm. And there's many sites where you can read about what these different colors mean and whether or not it's represents something dangerous, or what it represents. Oops, I didn't mean to go out all the way. Up in here, really severe storms. So anyway, I'm going to go out of that. This is another website I like to look at, Wonder Map. And if you look, this is the radar scatter. It's coming from right down in there. See how it's all coming out from that area? So I thought this had where I can look at a satellite image, but I can't find it right now, and I'm so tired. Anyway, we'll back up out of here. You get the idea where the radar is coming from. I can make it move. And if you notice, this radar, like right here, is interesting that it's in this pattern. So there's two or more different levels. See how this is like real narrow here, and then there's a circular pattern also. It's coming around. Here is another odd shape in the radar. And see the pattern of the scatter. What's amazing to me about the radar is how far it goes out. This is a couple 100 miles that the, or at least 100 miles that the radar goes out from one station. And let's go back in for a minute and make it move. Sometimes I just watch that because that's kind of cool. But on the layers here, I can look at the satellite of what's going on in the area. Now I have to back up really far. System moving up here, and if you look at almost the whole United States is covered in a storm. But not only that, look at Canada here. Look at over into Europe and over into Russia. I mean, it's like the northern hemisphere, except for this part of Africa, is covered with cloud cover. To me, that says a lot about what's in the sky. Whatever it is, it's in the sky. You can investigate some of that too, or watch some different videos that I put out. And then, okay, we'll look at severe here, which is like all of that. Tornadoes down here, possible. It doesn't mean there are tornadoes. And then when I move it, then those things all take a while to move with it. And then we can look over in Europe. And here, and if we just click on the site, then it will tell us what the weather is going on there. In these areas where it's got those little severe weather blobs. Like, let's see if I click this off and see they're not on. Click it on, then they are on. Click it off, they're not on. Okay, so you understand what I mean. With my terrible communication level here. Alright, so I find that interesting. I'll click off the satellite. So the radar obviously does not pick up everything that's in the atmosphere. At least they don't show us that with the radar. So if you go to look for accurate weather with the radar, you're not going to get it there. Oh, my thing's almost done. Well, I'm grateful for you, and I'm here at your service. Bye-bye. Oh, I decided to come back on for a minute. I just want to tell you to try to connect with yourself and your higher power and your loved ones and your friends.